What's going on, my YouTube family? There's so much information out there when you're first getting started with selling on Amazon FBA, or if you've been researching the topic of private label for a while. Maybe you even started with doing online retail arbitrage. How much money do you need to get started selling on Amazon, launching your own private label products? What kind of time commitment do you need to make? How many hours per week or day do you have to spend? And how many months is it going to take before you can actually see real profits? Other things that I want to talk about is what software or tools are absolutely necessary to be successful as an Amazon seller, how you can connect, start to network with other Amazon sellers. I want to talk about all those things in today's video. These are things that every Amazon seller needs to know, and things and factors of starting an Amazon business that I wish I would have known or someone would have told me starting out 2.5 years ago with Amazon FBA private label. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back to those of you who are my subscribers. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller and mentor business coach. Right here on my YouTube channel, I'm dedicated to bringing you 1 to 2 videos every single week covering everything Amazon FBA related, e-commerce and business, personal development. So if you enjoy that type of content, please do me a favor right now. Go down and press subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell. And I give away 2 30-minute mentorship calls every single video to 2 lucky winners who like the video, are subscribed, and drop a comment. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing my story, documenting how I went from a struggling drug addict 6.5 years ago, broke, lost, no passion or no purpose in life, all the way to starting multiple online businesses and earning over 6 figures per year. Let's jump into today's video, going over what every Amazon seller needs to know. These things are so important, something I wish I would have known starting out. Coming up. All right, well, welcome inside my computer. And what I'm going to go over is really the most important factors for getting started. You know, it took me almost 6 months, 5 or 6 months roughly, to get started to launch my first private label product. I learned about it right here on YouTube. Researching investing and kind of passive income. I'd never heard that term before, but it took me about 5 or 6 months and about almost $3,000 to launch my first private label product. You can still get started with this business model for around $3,000. It doesn't require more than $5,000. So it's still about $3,000 to $5,000 is a good starting budget, especially with the 200 unit limit. You'll be limited to only 200 units on your first product or your first order. And so, having around $2,000 to $5,000 is all you need to start this business model. You could even start with less than that and do some test launches and stuff. And you can watch Project X from Helium 10 over about test launches. And I'll try to make another YouTube video covering those. But around $3,000, guys, is a perfect starting budget and will get you your first product launch with that amount of money. The next thing I mentioned, it took me about 6 months to start my private label business. That wasn't because I was just slow, not really committed, had doubts about whether this business model was even real, this whole make money online thing, which I'm sure you have thoughts running through your head about that. It wasn't due to that, although maybe a little bit. It was more because I was working as a banquet manager, bartender, and I was living paycheck to paycheck, only making like around $800 to $1,200, $800 to $1,500 every 2 weeks. And so it just took me several months to be able to put aside and save that $3,000, $2,600 or $3,000 it took to launch my first product. And then for let's do realistic expectations. When can you expect to actually make enough money to quit your job? You may see a lot of people on YouTube teaching Amazon, some big, kind of gurus in the space talking about 30 days or less making 10K or more in income. However, that can happen. It's really not realistic because more likely you're going to have to reinvest your profits back into the business. Yes, you can make profits your very first month selling on Amazon, but it also requires a larger upfront investment, buying more units, more inventory. And so more realistically, guys, I would like to suggest that you have roughly a 3 month to 1 year outlook for when you can essentially take money out of the business, have extra profits to help you pay your bills, help just normal income. When can you take money out of the business? When will you make enough money to be able to potentially leave your 9 to 5 job and just sell on Amazon full time? I want you to have kind of a 3-month to 1 year mindset. Around the 3-month to 6-month range is when you'll really start to see some good profits. You've got a couple products launched. They're each making a couple thousand in passive income, eventually passive income each month. Really, guys, the hardest part is just getting started and learning everything about how do you sell on Amazon and the process from A to Z. Sitting down, starting product research. Around 2 weeks is the most you should spend on product research. It took me, like I said, probably 2 months to find the product. My first product was in baby. It didn't sell as well as I expected, and that was due to going into too competitive of a niche and not differentiating well enough. So one of the key factors is not looking for that home run product, not a product that's going to, do $10,000 a month right out of the gate. Everyone's doing $10,000 to $100,000 a month in sales. There are good products like that out there, but I would recommend starting with a product that does roughly, the top sellers on Amazon on page 1 are doing roughly $5,000 to, let's say, $30,000 a month in revenue, where you can come in with low competition, low number of other sellers, and low reviews on page 1, and you can come in and rank to page 1 and start making organic sales right from the very start, and not have to rely so much on just PPC advertising, which can really eat into your profit margins. So don't look for that home run product. I know it's kind of cliche, but I like to look for products that do anywhere from like $5,000 to $40,000, $30,000 a month in revenue. And don't try to think that you'll be able to just 30 days or less make 10K or more. So have a realistic time expectations. You should only spend about 2 weeks on product research, come up with 2 or 3 ideas, and then move forward with the next steps, which include rough profitability calculations, checking for patents, trademarks. Is it seasonal? Is it a trendy product? Can you differentiate the product? And how are you going to enter the market as a new seller and get customers to choose yours over all their other options? That's an important one. And a lower price, a different color, or a custom box is usually not going to be enough to differentiate yourself in the market. Okay, the next one, guys, we talked about money, the upfront investment, what it's going to take, roughly $3,000, $2,000 to $5,000. It could be a little more. It could even be a little under that $2,000 to $3,000 if you start doing it with a test launch. Okay, what tools or software do you need to start Amazon FBA, to start product research, and even when you do launch a product or you start selling, which software and tools do you need? You only need Helium 10, the Platinum plan. I used to have Jungle Scout, AMZ Scout, Keepa, all AMZ Scout, Jungle Scout, Helium 10, extensions, Keepa graphs, all of that. I used to run on all that stuff. And number one, it's a waste of money. And number two, all you need is the Helium 10 Platinum plan. This comes with every single tool and feature and software service that you need to not only do product research, to do keyword research, to help you build and optimize your listing, to go over keywords for your PPC campaigns. It has integrations for your inventory, for your profit keeping and accounting. All of that comes along with the Helium 10 Platinum plan. And you can get that Helium 10 Platinum plan for just $48 for month 1 with the link down below and Noonan 50 coupon code. And then after that, Noonan 10 coupon code will make it only $87 per month after month 1. So check the link out down below if you guys don't have Helium 10. Another big benefit of getting Helium 10 Platinum plan is it comes with the Freedom Ticket. The Freedom Ticket from Helium 10 is a $1,000 training course from Kevin King that you get access to immediately for free as soon as you pay that $48 for the Platinum plan. Now you can start watching all the modules and lessons inside Freedom Ticket, and it's a great course. It's a complete course. I have many of my own private one-on-one mentorship students who came to me, before they came to me, watched the Freedom Ticket or currently still watch the Freedom Ticket on the side. There's great information, great lessons. There's a lot of information in there that is very, very helpful. And it'll actually teach you around 95% of the whole selling on Amazon FBA process and exactly what you need to be successful. So Freedom Ticket comes along with the Platinum plan membership with Helium 10, and it's super worth it. And I recommend using that as a resource and a tool whenever you have a question or you're not sure about something. Now, my mentorship students, usually they'll watch Freedom Ticket, but then they still need help, and you may still need help with actually finding a product to validate the product is good. And then especially when it comes to launching, ranking, search, find, buy, purchases, or boosting organic keyword ranking and optimizing your PPC campaigns, that's where someone like me comes in with one-on-one coaching, where you can work with me one-on-one inside my mentorship program and get my one-on-one help over Zoom calls together, you and I over Zoom calls, where 99% of other courses out there are just videos you watch on your own, a private Facebook group to ask your questions in, and maybe one group call a month with all the other students in the course. So my mentorship program is completely different than almost 99% of other courses out there that just come with group calls. So check that out. That's right here, Noonan University, Noonan U, and scroll to the very bottom and it'll go over everything my students have been able to achieve, as well as some of my own results, and then everything that's included in the different membership tiers or the different options that I have. Okay, like I mentioned, on your first product launch, you're gonna be limited to 200 units. You can only send into Amazon as a new seller 200 units. So you may be able to, buy 400 units, 200 of one product, 200 of another product, and launch 2 ASINs or 2 products for around that $2,000 to $3,000 investment range. So that's an option too, and then you can store the other amount of inventory at a 3PL or ship it to your house, or just start with 200 units. You'll run out of inventory pretty fast as long as you've done your research. But you could hopefully get a quick turnaround from your supplier and ship more inventory and only be out of stock for a week or two. Or buy 400 units, 200 straight to Amazon. The other 200 you can ship to your house or a 3PL. So we're going to have a long-term mindset as far as 3 to 6 months to start making money. 3 months to a year to be able to quit your 9-to-5 job. There's going to be peaks and valleys, guys, ups and downs, triumphs, successes, and challenges. It's a roller coaster, let me tell you. You'll have maybe a listing that gets suspended, the account gets suspended or deactivated, you run out of inventory and you lose all your ranking, you have to start over. There's just so many challenges that you're going to face as an entrepreneur and business owner, and especially as an Amazon seller. And that's why I highly recommend you launch multiple ASINs and get multiple products launched when you can. And after you learn the whole process of launching a product, the second, the third, the fourth product goes much quicker. But that diversifies your risk. So you won't be relying on just one ASIN in case it gets shut down or taken down or suspended, something like that. Hijacked as well can happen. Hijackings can happen. And so that's important thing to know, guys, is just having a realistic mindset when it comes to how long it's going to take to see profits and how many units you're able to send on your first shipment. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is networking and getting a community, networking with other sellers. Facebook groups are incredibly important. I've talked about this before on the channel. I have my own Facebook group for you. You can join. It's private group, but I let my viewers here on YouTube, my one-on-one mentorship students, anyone really interested, seriously interested in Amazon FBA, just want to learn some more, connect with other sellers. That's the Amazon FBA Gladiators Facebook group. That's down below in the video description, and you can click on that and join. The other ones I recommend are the Amazon FBA Private Label Sellers group and the Helium 10 Members group. It's a good idea to connect with other sellers who've already gone through what you've gone through. If you don't have a mentor or coach working with you, currently you're just researching and learning on your own. It's a good idea to network and connect with other sellers that have already achieved what you want to achieve, and just getting help and advice when you have struggles or challenges or issues, major issues that come up. You can post a question in one of those groups. You can connect with other members of the group. And there are a lot of VAs kind of in the larger groups, a lot of VAs that may try to reach out to you privately and kind of spam your inbox, but you should be able to quickly identify the ones that are just trying to do business with you and that kind of stuff. So we talked about that, guys. Software features, Helium 10 Platinum Plan is all you need. Having a Relax, a time frame that makes sense. Now let's talk about that product research. Kind of how do you select and validate you have a good product? So around 2 weeks is all you should spend on product research. And we don't want to look necessarily for a product that does, $50,000 to $150,000 a month in revenue. Sure, some of those products can be good ones, but what I recommend doing is looking for products like, that make anywhere from like $5,000 to $30,000 or $40,000 a month in revenue. And what you want to look for, if you were analyzing, this is X-Ray from Helium 10. I've got this product, solar cafe lights. The search volume is a little bit low. I'm not looking at the main keyword, which is probably cafe lights, but this is a niche within a niche, which I really, really like. So niche down is another big tip. Instead of just selling cafe lights, solar cafe lights. All right, now you're niching down. There's going to be less sellers, less competition, the more niche down you can go. But don't go down too much. I've seen it where some sellers go too niche down. So like if these cafe lights is the main keyword, solar cafe lights is good, but then they try to do maybe like a orange cafe lights, and nobody wants an orange cafe lights. They just want it to be solar and the black or brown cords and light bulbs and that kind of stuff. So not too niche down, but niche down is important to cut out competition. When you're analyzing this space, if you were going to go into this, or if I was going to launch this product, there's a couple main things I'm looking at. And when I run X-Ray, I can pretty much tell if it's a good product or not just by looking at all this data right here. I'm looking at the two most important columns, the revenue column and the review count column. Product research is the next step after you kind of get an idea of the process of how FBA works, finding a product, finding a supplier, setting up your seller account, ordering custom samples, shipping the product to Amazon, creating the listing, of course, first, then the shipping plan, then getting photos done, finalizing the listing while the product's being made at your supplier, shipping plan, they ship it to Amazon, it gets to Amazon, then you launch the product and then scale it. But this is what you do once you kind of have an understanding of how the process works. The next step is product research. Try to identify 2 to 5 different product ideas that meet the criteria. I've got a checklist down below. If you would like that, there's a checklist down below that kind of validates all these points that I'll be talking about right here. But I can pretty much tell if this is a good product or not just by looking at the revenue column. I like all these on page 1. This is page 1, number 5 through 16 here, to be doing $5,000 or more in revenue. And I need roughly half of these to be 200 or less reviews. Now we only have this one. I'll count at 230. So 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 that are 200 or less review count, roughly 200 or less. They're all doing roughly $5,000 or more, so it meets that criteria, but it doesn't meet the 200 review count or less. So that tells me automatically that this product is probably too competitive, because it takes some time to get reviews, guys. We can only get about 30 reviews, 20 to 30 reviews a month through using the request review button, through follow-up emails, through insert cards, even with ManyChat. It just takes time to get reviews, and so that's why you want to see at least 4 or 5 or 6 or more sellers on page 1 for one of the main keywords that have 200 reviews or less, because you're going to have to take their spot. And in the beginning, for the first month or 2, you're only going to have a limited amount of reviews. And so that's why I like to see like this one, 69 reviews, already doing, almost $4,700. That's a good sign. 69 reviews takes about 3 months. And then 1 review, this is actually the best one right here. 1 review already doing almost 6,000. That's doing super, super well, because I can get 1 review in just 1 day. And then of course, as you scroll down here to page 2, they're going to have less reviews, making less sales, because the best sellers go up here on page 1. But this is just kind of an idea of the next step, which is product research. You would analyze using the checklist down below, looking at the revenues, the sales. Is the price consistently $20 and higher? I like $40 to $50 or higher selling price on Amazon. Is it not oversized, not too large, not too heavy? Is it doing, roughly 200 sales or more per month? These are all 30-day estimates, except for the review count is lifetime. Average BSR is sort of important up here, like 100,000 or less. And I like the total revenue for the niche to be around 250,000 to 500,000 or more total revenue. So there's a big enough market. But overall, looking at this product, solar cafe lights, it's a little bit too competitive, because all the sellers on page 1, I'm going to have to take their spot and compete against. I'm going to have to, take one of their spots. And it's going to be hard with the first month or 2 when I only have 10 or 20 or 30 reviews when all of these have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of reviews, even because the customer is just going to go buy these ones that have thousands and thousands of reviews, and they've probably been here on the top of page 1 forever. So this is an important thing to know, guys. Also, when you're doing product research, which is the first step, you want to check like 5 of these boxes here, and maybe this keyword looks good. Let's say this did meet the criteria. You'd want to check like 5 or so boxes, or 5 to 10 boxes there, and then click Run in Cerebro. And what we want to do here is go and look at the other keywords related to this product. Number 1, to make sure there's enough demand for the product. Number 2, to make sure that there's enough, that the numbers look good in X-ray, that it looks good not just on the keyword you were looking at, but maybe there's another main keyword that has even higher search volume. That's the actual main keyword, and it's too competitive. So these types of things are important when it comes to keyword research. Amazon is a search engine, and people are typically, customers are searching for products when they go on Amazon, and that's what keywords are just searching names, different names of the product. So I checked 5 little boxes there. I clicked Run in Cerebro. I'm going to come down here, click the column number 2, search volume. That's going to sort this high to low. And then what I need to look at here is finding the other main keyword for this product, and then you would want to run X-ray on those other main keywords to make sure that the X-ray numbers, the sales, the revenue column, the review counts, all still look good. Price, all of that. So here you guys, solar outdoor or solar lights outdoor. If you're not sure if this is the main keyword, you click this little square with the arrow. That will open up the product on Amazon, and then you want to make sure that it's 80% of the product we were looking at. So let's go back and look. What are these solar cafe lights? Well, they're cafe lights that get hung up above like a patio. So they're on a string. But if we open up this keyword, it was solar lights outdoor. It's mostly pathway lighting, garden lighting, kind of spotlights, flame ones, lanterns, which are super interesting. I may look at this product next. Only 11 reviews, and they're on running video sponsored ads. So it's mostly pathway lighting. So I would not consider this the number 1 most relevant keyword. So string lights is probably a good one. Solar lights, maybe. Outdoor string lights, yes. This is a good main keyword. There is 51,000 searches per month, even right now in the middle of winter, which is crazy. Only 201 results, which I actually really like. But you would just want to run X-ray on this keyword and those other main ones to make sure that the X-ray numbers meet the criteria, still look good on those other main 3 to 5 other main keywords, okay? To make sure there's enough demand. Does it have roughly 2,000 search volume or more? Do the revenues stay strong? Do the review counts stay low on half or roughly half or more? Does the price stay consistent? And all of that. But overall, guys, these review counts are coming in way too high for me. And so I would probably have to pass on this product. Wouldn't mean I'd give up on this niche. I like the solar light space. I would just need to find a different product that's a little bit less competitive. Maybe those spotlights, maybe those solar lanterns. You could get other ideas here. Patio decor, maybe solar patio decor stuff. Patio lights, hanging lights, work light, maybe a solar gazebo light. Okay, there's another idea. So you would open up that idea or search term and then run X-ray on those. So that's where keywords comes into play, guys. That is the next step with product research, kind of validating your product idea. And then the next step would be you can now just find suppliers quickly and easily right here in X-ray by just clicking the new Alibaba extension, source on Alibaba, the new Helium 10 extension, source on Alibaba, and then here you go, you have suppliers to reach out to. Now this is coming back all wrong except for this one. And this one is the only correct one. But you can quickly and easily start reaching out to these suppliers using the Alibaba template, which I also have down below, and getting quotes and pricing details back. Then you would have to figure out, how can I make this lighting product, this solar cafe light, better? Can I do a different color, like a different bulb that is more in demand, a more trendy bulb, or make the lights brighter? Read the negative reviews. What do customers complain about? Does it not stay lit up all night? Does it not hold a charge very well? Does it break and stop working after a month? All those things you can kind of talk to your supplier about fixing. These would be the next steps, guys. As far as product research goes, you would figure out how you're going to make the product better, differentiate, improve the product, and then go ahead and start reaching out to suppliers for quotes and pricing. And then you can do some real profitability calculations where you click on a main competitor, you go up here to the Helium 10 Chrome extension, you come down to the profitability calculator and enter your unit manufacturing cost. And I just do it including DDP shipping. So I get a total per unit cost landed instead of the way they have it set up here. So estimated freight costs, I would delete this, 200, delete that. And I would just, let's say I got a quote back for $12 from a supplier for 200 sets, including packaging, including my upgrades, including DDP shipping to the Amazon warehouse. It came back at $12 total per set. I sell it at $34.99. You can see I have a $12 profit per unit, 35% margin, 100% ROI. That meets my criteria there. So this product checks out: the size, the weight, the price, the sales, the revenues, the variety of brands, the search volumes, the keywords. It meets all of that, except for the review counts were too high on the sellers on page 1. So it'd be a competitive product to get into, but I know there's other opportunities here as far as like patio, solar patio decor, those solar lanterns, those solar flame pathway lights possibly, or a unique one like that. And then you would just start reaching out to suppliers, guys. Once you get pricing information back from suppliers, then you would negotiate with the supplier on your improvements, your ideas of how to make the product better, get finalized purchase orders, pick your top 2 suppliers, and order a custom sample, come up with a brand name, come get a logo done for your brand, check that the brand name is available on Trademarkia and not already taken, send the supplier the logo, have them put it on your custom sample, order the sample, and then pick the supplier you want to go with, place the deposit, 30% deposit usually to the supplier on 200 units, have them start manufacturing those products, and you create the listing, or create the listing first, then place the deposit to the supplier. So you make sure that this lighting product do have restrictions, okay? So you would find that out. Lighting products do have restrictions on Amazon, but since this is solar, I don't believe it's considered a lighting product. It's in tools and home improvement and not electronics or tools and home improvement lighting products. It's a little bit separate. Since it doesn't plug into a wall outlet, you probably wouldn't have restrictions on this, but you would want to check by creating a listing to be sure. And all that's required to create a listing is a UPC barcode you can buy from Nationwide Barcode for $7.20. Okay, guys, that was about a 25-minute video covering, once you order those custom samples and get them and place deposit, you're 50% of the way there, guys. You really are. So I wanted to give you an overview of how you can get started selling on Amazon, how much money you need, what's the realistic time expectations, what types of products do you look for as far as keywords, revenues, reviews. I hope you found this video useful. I would appreciate it if you subscribe down below, drop me a comment, and tell me what type of video you'd like to see me make next. And I look forward to hearing from you down there in the comment section, and I look forward to releasing more videos for you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.